On the phone by City Manager Mark Washington. Mark, we appreciate you being with us. This is a rough night. What are your thoughts and emotions as you see what's happening to the city of Grand Rapids right now?
Well, it's certainly very unfortunate, and we know that it began with peaceful intentions, but that has not been the outcome, and it's very disappointing. While we certainly understand the frustrations that are upon people nationwide, it does not help our community to destroy our community. And I don't know how many of the people who are participating in the vandalism are from this area or not, but it is totally unacceptable. I'm looking forward to holding accountable participants in the violent destruction, as well as talk to some of the organizers of this effort about their awareness and knowledge of what has happened tonight.
Okay.
Very unacceptable.
Mark, you're not the mayor. You don't run the police department. But I suppose my question is, the police officers we've been seeing have been restraining themselves quite a bit. Do you expect arrests? We've not heard of anything confirmed so far.
Yeah, I don't know the number of arrests that have been made, but yeah, the police officers are authorized to restore law and order in our city and use reasonable force, as well as to make the arrests as need be, because people are not listening to lawful commands. And it appeared that the march that was supposed to go from Rosa Parks Circle to the Calder detoured to the police department, and it appears that based on what was done in Minneapolis, that the police headquarters was the primary focus in attack. We had several attempts to vandalize, destroy, break in, and the police department, and so that was a primary focus. Our officers, not only in our department but other supporting law enforcement agencies, were supportive in helping to restore order, but our officers did use gas to disperse the crowd and to try to get a hold of some of our streets. And as the crowds are dispersing, what we're seeing is some pockets of looting and vandalism that we're again trying to get a handle on.
It sounds like you are in pretty good communication with law enforcement right now. Are they seeing the crowds reduce at this point now as we
the
cross
crowds
the 11 o'clock hour?
dissipated. I'm here at the police department with the police chief. They are strategically coordinating the deployment of resources, and our officers have just performed very, very outstanding on this evening. They've used appropriate force. They've de-escalated when appropriate, and it appears the roles have reversed. The excessive force is not being done tonight by law enforcement, but by civilians, and they're the ones that we're asking to de-escalate this situation.
Okay, Mr. Washington, last question before we let you get out. Are you and the mayor at all considering any kind of a curfew moving forward for the city of Grand Rapids?
Yeah, we're having policy discussions at this point on how to ensure that we don't have any repeated efforts. Right now, officers are given lawful commands and arresting anyone that's not following them are authorized to do so, and so those are among the things we'll consider. We got to get through tonight first, and then begin thinking about the restoration of our community. And what makes this very disappointing and challenging is that before we were already impacted by the public health crisis and the pandemic, and businesses were already hurting because of lack of patronage. And now, whatever attempts to hurt the police department ended up hurting businesses that were already hurting, those that were vandalizing it. And so clearly the efforts are misaligned and misaimed, and they're misinformed. It's just a very, very disappointing. And I'm hoping that our the public wants accountability of law enforcement, and we're committed to that. We need to have the accountability of the public as well.
All right. Grand Rapids City Manager Mark Washington. Mark, we appreciate your time very much, and you stay safe.